I romanticized the idea of learning instead of actually doing the job, instead of actually learning. Hi everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Paulina, I'm a content creator, I'm also a language teacher. I would always romanticize and fantasize about speaking multiple languages. That sort of movie situation when there is a person, you enter a restaurant or a pub and there's somebody speaking ill of you, but they do it in a different language, so you're not supposed to understand, and then you turn your back and you say, ma che c***o vuoi? For instance, this happened to me. This seriously happened to me, but something similar along those lines. I was at the beach, I was in Italy, and there were in front of me two Poles, so two Polish guys, and they started to comment on every girl's butt. They were very judgy, very open about it, because obviously you're in Italy, you're on a beach called Fregene, nobody speaks the language, at least you think so. So basically, they started to speak about all these butts and commenting on every girl's appearance. And then it was funny because one of them came to me to ask me about the time. And at the beginning, he said, oh, I'm gonna ask this girl, what time is it? Pójdę się zapytać tej dziopy, która godzina jest? And I was like, oh, I want to answer in Polish. You have no idea how much I desired to just answer, jest w pół do pierwszej. I just wanted to say it so much, but I was also with my parents. I did not want them to feel ashamed or cause any kind of, I don't like to cause shame in people. I don't want people to feel like they have made a massive giant mistake. So I said it in Italian to them, obviously, because then he asked the question in Italian, I answered in Italian. But the sort of context in which no matter the situation, there's a tourist, there is a person needing help, assistance, there's somebody speaking ill of you, there's somebody saying something bad about you, or there's somebody who just doesn't communicate in your language. The ability to grasp the language and being that savior or that badass person who understands and who can speak with others fluently, effortlessly, with few mistakes. Like, mistakes are always present and that's good, but having the ability to just communicate and not standing like this. No, italiano, basta, solo italiano, no. I don't want to live my life like that, and I've never wanted to. I encountered this problem of romanticizing this idea, being so in love with this idea that I would spend more time thinking about it and watching people who speak different languages and learning about their stories, being motivated and just saying, wow, yeah, that's what I want. He speaks 27 languages, she speaks 15. That other person has become fluent within months in 2 languages. Like, I love to surround myself with that. My biggest mistake is in the next step, which is, okay, you want to improve your French. You sit down and you watch and listen and read French content.
Bonjour à tous.
All the time. You surround yourself with the language. Watching people talking about languages will not teach me languages. And this is maybe a bit counterintuitive to film, because maybe you're watching my videos and just say, why am I watching her? I want to learn languages. She's just speaking and talking about languages. That's also why in my videos I try to include some vocabulary below, because I strongly believe in watching content which can be inspiring and it can help. The only thing is now, for instance, I want to watch people who speak about languages, but I watch them in French, not in English. So that's a switch I've made and it's helping. It's helping me a lot. I started watching the content I would look for in English. Now I'm doing it in French. Sitting on your sofa with your mobile and watching people work out, it will not change your physical appearance or your health. You actually have to stand up and do the the exercises and do the workout session. Watching and saving 20 recipes on Instagram when it comes to healthy food, healthy lifestyle. This incredible food you see. This is a switch I've had with cooking as well. I would always watch content about cooking and then I'd save it, scroll, save it, say wow, save it and scroll, and then I'd be eating my regular piadina with prosciutto and formaggio. Let me tell you, I've applied this principle also with cooking. I would choose a recipe, at least one recipe a week, and I would go grocery shopping and include in my shopping list the ingredients for that recipe. I must do this. That's what I would say. And that's how I've discovered, for example, that I can eat cauliflowers in my air fryer. I love it. I would always see cauliflowers. I'd never touch one. I've learned how to make dumplings. I've learned how to prepare some soups. And all of this just changed because one recipe a week that I see on Instagram, I must do it actively. I must prepare it. Otherwise, I'm not allowed to watch recipes. That's like a rule I've set for myself. It bloody works. It's good to surround yourself with inspiration, with people who do the things you love and you're curious about, but also never skip the part in which you actively get to the action part of it. I remember my first days when I was a sushi worker. I would prepare sushi. At the very beginning, I would only watch. And for example, preparing salmon or preparing the rice, preparing the vegetables, preparing the entire prep, it always looked so daunting because I would look and I would see there's so many things to know, so many things to do, without mentioning the actual preparing part. When you would prepare the rolls, I would look at that, I'd say, wow, and then feel like I can actually do this, it's okay. And then get my hands dirty and see that I'm an utter mess and I don't know how to start. I don't know how to move my hands in a certain way, what kind of pressure to apply. It was sticky, the rice would be all over my hands, my arms, and it was such a struggle. And it took me a lot of practice to master that, so much practice, up to a point in which I was fast and I was also good at it. And I knew that uramaki was closed. There is this sort of underlying rule. You could apply this to basically so many practical skills that I could continue and go on with the examples. It's good to see how it's done, getting the input, getting the idea, learning about all the meta, everything surrounding the concept. Being curious, being a nerd, it's great. But then you also need to put in the practice, the effort. You need to get your hands dirty with the language, with the workout, with cooking, with preparing something which is practical and tangible. Yeah, I'll kid you not, I've wasted so much time this year just fantasizing about learning languages. Yeah, I'm a good language learner. And then I spent more days than not actually not learning any language, just continuing with what I knew and fantasizing, romanticizing, loving the idea and indulging in the potential future in which I can speak the languages. And it must start somewhere. You don't have to do everything in a day, but the action part is always missing. So it's like creating a vision board and then not applying anything in your practical life to achieve your goals and your dreams. Do you have any goals that you have been romanticizing or fantasizing about, and then if you think about it, you're not practicing these? Let me know. And after this video, if you can come up with anything, dedicate a Pomodoro to it. 20 minutes, 25 minutes, even 10 minutes if you want. And the moment in which you start implementing this kind of thing, at least for me, the situation has completely changed. Like it was upside down completely. So I hope this video helped. I'm going to share also here my language goals for 2025. Thank you. I'll see you with my newest video very, very soon. Bye.